Perhaps the screen is already lit, responsibilities are waiting, a difficult conversation has followed you into the morning, or a heaviness has arrived without giving you its name. Before your feet have found the floor, the day is already asking for answers. And yet, you turn toward God. Honor that. It is no small thing to seek Him while your mind is scattered, but listening to another devotional, however sincere, is not quite the same as developing a personal practice of meeting Him. Many of us pray urgently when pressure rises. We ask for relief, clarity, protection, strength, and God welcomes us there. Crisis prayer is real prayer, but what if the prayer most needed today is not only an emergency response? What if it is a practice that slowly trains the heart to obey? Urgent prayer may bring immediate comfort. Formation often works more quietly. It happens as you return to Scripture, honest prayer, and concrete obedience, even when nothing dramatic is happening. 10 faithful first minutes cannot control your circumstances or guarantee a better mood, but they can repeatedly place your heart before God, available for examination, renewal, and direction. Over time, could that rhythm reshape your reactions, your desires, and your decisions? So pause, let your shoulders loosen, take one unhurried breath, stay through the teaching, the guided prayer, and the final choice of one faithful action for today. Before the morning's demands become your heart's first authority, let God have your attention. And if consistency has been difficult, do not turn that difficulty into an accusation. Let us look at it with grace. You may know the cycle well. A message comforts you, and for a moment everything feels possible. A crisis comes, and prayer becomes intense. A new plan begins, and enthusiasm carries you for several mornings. Then sleep runs short, the schedule changes, or one interruption breaks the pattern. Suddenly, it seems the whole effort has disappeared. But desire for renewal does not automatically become a durable practice. Wanting to examine your heart is not the same as learning to return consistently. That gap is real, but it is not your identity. A routine may have faded. You are not disqualified. You are not rejected. You are not spiritually hopeless. Emergency prayer can feel immediately meaningful because the need is unmistakable. Formation is often less dramatic. It grows through ordinary repetition, through opening Scripture when no strong emotion appears, through telling God the truth when there is no crisis to solve, through obeying one clear instruction when no one else will notice. Its value may not announce itself that morning. Still, something is being formed. These 10 minutes are not payment for God's attention. They are not proof that your devotion is sincere enough. They are not a flawless streak to protect, and they are not a promise that you will feel calm when the time is over. They are a place of return. So let progress mean something gentler and stronger, returning honestly, receiving what is true, and obeying what is clear. Return after distraction, return after fatigue, return after a missed morning. Recovery is not outside the practice. Recovery is part of learning the practice. Yet beneath the scheduling problem lies a deeper question. Do we want God only to soothe what hurts, or are we willing for Him to reveal what is hidden? Formation begins when returning to God matters more than preserving the appearance of consistency. And the first movement is not achievement, it is examination. Psalm 139 gives us words for that brave invitation. Not merely, comfort me, but search me. What might God reveal when you allow yourself to be fully known? Psalm 139 answers that question with remarkable tenderness. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Search, know, test. See, lead. The movement ends not in exposure for its own sake, but in guidance. This prayer does not supply God with information He lacks. It gives consent for His truth to reach what we have defended, renamed, or avoided. We may call fear preparation. We may call resentment discernment. We may call the hunger for approval responsibility. We may call control wisdom. But before we explain ourselves, Psalm 139 teaches us to become available. And this is safe because the one who searches is also the one who leads. God is not examining your heart to humiliate you or gather reasons to push you away. He already knows you fully, and still He draws you near. His light is not the glare of rejection. It is the mercy that shows you what has been quietly governing you. So ask plainly, am I bringing fear into what I must face today? Have I been composing an argument against someone in my mind? Do I need others to approve of me before I can feel secure? Am I gripping an outcome that I cannot command? Do not answer with the version of yourself you wish were true. Answer with the truth that is present now. This is not anxious self-surveillance. You are not being asked to inspect every feeling until you spiral inward. You are remaining open before God, attentive but unafraid, trusting Him to reveal what matters. Read one phrase slowly, "Search me, O God." Then return it to Him, "Search me, God. Show me what is shaping my thoughts before I speak or act." And then become quiet. Do not force an answer. Leave enough room for a truthful word to surface. Fear, resentment, approval, control. Once the hidden influence is named, it no longer has to steer the morning unnoticed. You can carry it consciously into God's presence and choose your response instead of merely repeating it. But recognition is only the beginning. What truth exposes must now be surrendered, and the mind sustaining that pattern must be renewed. So take what has been exposed and place it before God. Romans 12:1-2 gives us this next movement. Present your body to God. Refuse the patterns that press you into their shape. Be transformed through the renewing of your mind and learn to discern His will. Presentation leads to renewal. Renewal leads to discernment. Discernment reaches the way you live. To present yourself is to bring more than an emotion. Bring your body with its energy and limitations. Bring your schedule, your attention, your habits, your relationships, your responsibilities. Bring the part of you that wants relief and the part that still wants control. Say, in effect, God, this day is yours, and I am available within it. Not merely calming the mind, but renewing it. Not escaping the day, but presenting it. Not admiring truth for a few quiet minutes, but allowing truth to challenge the pattern you would otherwise follow. That renewal becomes visible in ordinary moments. It reaches the tone you choose when a difficult reply is required. It interrupts the impulse to measure your life against someone else's. It confronts the temptation to move quickly by being less than truthful. It strengthens you to complete work that may never be praised. It makes room for the humble words, "I was wrong," when an apology is needed. A renewed reaction often begins before the moment that tests it. Scripture has been given the first opportunity to tell you what is true, before pressure tells you what is urgent, before desire tells you what is deserved, before habit tells you what is inevitable. The later choice is still yours. But another response has become available. Do not demand instant transformation from one morning. Formation may look quieter than that. You notice an old pattern sooner. You pause before obeying it. You remember what you presented to God. You choose faithfulness a little more readily. Morning by morning, truth gains room to reorder reactions, desires, and decisions. You do not need a complete plan for your life before breakfast. You need willingness to recognize the next faithful response. And that raises a practical question. When competing voices are already calling, how do you protect the communion in which such renewal begins? Mark 1 gives us a lived picture. In Mark 1:35-39, Jesus rises while it is still dark, leaves the house, and goes to a solitary place to pray. Soon his companions are searching for him. People are looking for him. Need is already gathering. Yet prayer is held before that pressure, and from that place he moves forward with clarity about the work ahead. The passage does not present prayer as a method for arranging a comfortable day. The demands remain, the people remain, the work continues. What prayer protects is communion with the Father before the urgency of being wanted is allowed to determine everything. Our pursuing crowds may sound different. Notifications arrive, expectations accumulate, requests appear urgent, unfinished work calls for attention, family needs are real, and beneath them all, an inner demand may whisper that we must prove our usefulness by responding immediately to everyone. But urgency is not always authority. Being needed does not mean every need should direct you. The first voice welcomed deeply in the morning influences how every later voice is heard, what receives a yes, what requires patience, what must wait. and what faithfulness asks of you now. This is not a law about finding a perfect hour, creating a flawless atmosphere, or reaching an impressive location. A solitary place may be a kitchen chair, the edge of the bed, a parked car, a quiet walk, or a desk before messages are opened. The setting may be ordinary. The attention is what is protected. And withdrawal is not avoidance. You do not step away so that you can abandon responsibility. You step away briefly so responsibility does not become your master. Then you return to relationships, work, decisions, and service with a clearer willingness to obey rather than a frantic need to satisfy every demand. Now the three movements belong together. Psalm 139 invites you to be searched, so what is hidden can be named. Romans 12 calls you to present yourself and receive renewal, so old patterns do not govern the coming day. Mark 1 shows the priority of communion before responsive action, so the crowd does not choose your direction for you. Search me, renew me, lead me. This can become more than a beautiful idea. It can become a small, repeatable rhythm. 10 minutes. Scripture, honest prayer, and one act of obedience, simple enough for an imperfect morning, clear enough to practice tomorrow. 10 minutes is a scaffold, not a sacred measurement. It is not a magical threshold, and completing it cannot guarantee a certain feeling or result. Its purpose is simpler, to give your attention enough structure to return. The timing can bend when necessary without losing the movement. In minute 1, arrive. Silence notifications where possible. Place both feet down. Let your body become present where you are. Release the need to sound spiritual, understand everything, or perform well. Simply acknowledge, God, you are here, and I am here before you. During minutes 2 through 4, read. Choose a short portion from Psalm 139, Romans 12, or Mark 1. Do not hurry through a chapter merely to finish more. Read slowly enough to notice one phrase. Repeat it. Let it receive your attention before you decide what it should mean for the whole day. During minutes 5 through 8, pray. Turn that phrase into first-person speech. Search me, renew me, lead me. Name what is actually present, one fear, one desire, one responsibility, or one decision. Not everything at once. Bring the real matter before God, and allow the words of Scripture to address it. Then use minutes 9 and 10 to obey. Complete this sentence, because I have prayed this, today I will. Choose one response that is specific enough to begin soon. Scripture is received. Prayer makes it personal. Obedience carries it into the day. Make returning easier. Use the same accessible place when you can. Prepare the passage beforehand. Remain with one short text for several mornings, allowing familiarity to deepen attention rather than make it dull. And build mercy into the method. If you miss the morning, return at the next honest opportunity. Do not double the routine. Do not punish yourself. Do not wait for a new week to begin again. The rhythm survives because return belongs within it. Now, become still. We have described the pattern. Let us practice it together, not as observers, but in first-person prayer. Let your breathing slow. Unclench your hands. Release the tension in your face and shoulders. Do not listen from a distance now. Let these words become your own. God, I come to you before this day is organized, before my mood improves, before the conflict within me is resolved. Thank you for receiving me as I am. I do not have to become composed before I am welcomed. I am here because you are near, and because I need your truth more than I need to appear settled. Search me, God. Know what is moving beneath my thoughts. Reveal the fear I have concealed, the resentment I have rehearsed, the control I am reluctant to release. Show me where envy, approval-seeking, or avoidance is quietly shaping this morning. If I have called a hidden motive by a safer name, help me recognize it without excuse and without despair. Now, in this unhurried moment, I name what has surfaced before you. I confess it not as evidence offered for condemnation, but as truth brought into relationship. You already know me. I no longer need to defend what you are inviting me to surrender. Meet my honesty with mercy, and lead me beyond confession into freedom. Renew me, God. I present to you my thoughts and my speech, my attention and my hands, my schedule and my appetites. I present my work, my relationships, my strength, and my limitations. Let your truth interrupt the patterns I follow without thinking. Before I reply, make me attentive. Before I assume, make me humble. Before I compare, remind me what faithfulness requires in my own life. Before I withdraw, show me whether love is asking me to remain present. Before I agree because I am afraid, give me courage to speak truthfully. Before I act from hurry, teach me to pause and discern. Lead me, God. Teach me to value communion with you before the noise gathers force. Then send me back into responsibility, not sheltered from the day, but ready to meet it with you. Direct my decisions. Govern my difficult conversations. Strengthen me in work that may remain unseen. Give wisdom for family burdens, endurance in fatigue, and a clear way through temptation. And remember every person praying these words with me. Some are carrying choices they cannot postpone. Some are entering strained relationships. Some are serving quietly while feeling depleted. Some need strength simply to take the next faithful step. We do not bargain with you for instant relief, and we do not pretend circumstances will immediately change. We ask for teachable hearts within them. Give me clarity for the next step, courage to take it, and grace to return tomorrow. Keep me available after this prayer ends. Let surrender become action. Let what you reveal shape what I choose. God, search me, renew me, and lead me. Let what I receive with you become what I practice today. Now return to the sentence we left unfinished. Because I have prayed this, today I will. Do not rush to fill the silence. Let the matter that surfaced remain before God. What did Scripture uncover? What responsibility became clearer? What response have you delayed because it is uncomfortable, humbling, or inconvenient? Choose an action that is specific, nearby, and connected. Specific enough that you will know whether you have done it. Nearby enough to begin today. Connected to what God has shown you, rather than to a vague desire to become a better person. For one person, that may mean sending the honest message instead of postponing it. For another, apologizing without explaining away the harm. It may mean waiting until anger has settled before answering, removing a distraction you already know is weakening your attention, finishing neglected work with care, telling the truth when concealment would be easier, or helping someone without arranging to be noticed. Your response does not need to resemble anyone else's. It needs to answer your prayer. Write it down, give it a place in the day, decide when you will begin, and make the first movement small enough to take. Open the document, set the reminder, make the call, walk toward the person, remove the access, speak the first honest sentence. One act is not insignificant. You are not attempting a dramatic reconstruction of your life before breakfast. You are bringing one decision into agreement with what you prayed. This is where devotion becomes formation. One clear truth is permitted to govern one real choice. And expect resistance. Your mood may shift. Urgency may return. What seemed clear in stillness may feel costly in motion. Obedience does not become less faithful when enthusiasm fades. Sometimes the deepest agreement is expressed by doing the clear thing after the feeling has left. Tomorrow, use the rhythm again. If the setting changes, adjust it. If you miss, return without punishment. Measure faithfulness by returning and responding, not by maintaining an impressive record. Before you move on, privately name your action. Complete the sentence. Then say, God, search me, renew me, and lead me. I will obey the next thing you make clear. Can 10 faithful first minutes reshape your reactions, desires, and decisions? Not by controlling what happens, not by promising an instantly different mood, but by giving you a place, morning after morning, to offer them again to God. Receive Scripture, answer in honest prayer, carry one truth into obedience. That is the rhythm, small enough to repeat, deep enough to keep forming your response. Before you leave, make tomorrow's return practical. Where will you meet with God? At what time? Which passage will already be waiting? Psalm 139, Romans 12, or Mark 1? Choose now, gently and specifically. You are making an appointment, not demanding perfection from yourself. If you want to mark that decision publicly, write a simple declaration. Search me, renew me, and lead me, or I will return tomorrow. No performance, no comparison, just a quiet agreement shared among people learning the same rhythm. And if you need prayer, you may name one burden or one act of obedience before you. Let this become a place of mutual care. Read another person's words. Pray for courage, wisdom, mercy, and strength. The practice may begin in solitude, but you do not have to persevere alone. Carry out today's chosen action. Prepare tomorrow's passage. Then return after a strong morning, after an imperfect one, even after missing entirely. May God give you grace to begin, courage to obey, and freedom to return again.